The Billboard 200. This week's number one is no other than Future and Metro Boomin. They dropped their collaborative album, We Don't Trust You, and the numbers did not disappoint, so the fans must be enjoying this album. This album was powered to number one by the streams. It debuts at number one with 251,000 album equivalent units. It does not land, however, that high on the pure sales chart. So yes, this was powered by streaming. Future, historic for him, he breaks a tie with the most number one albums among males. He now officially has 9 number one albums to his name. Whether you knew Metro Boomin or not, whether you're a fan, this man now earns his 4th number one Billboard 200 album. Them people better know your name and put some respect on it, alright? Album 2024's largest opening week numbers, surpassing Ariana Grande, who recently held the title. Now, it may be short-lived because Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. How does the rest of the Billboard 200 look? Olivia Rodrigo released the deluxe version of Guts, and it did not disappoint. She added 5 new tracks to the album, and the fans ate it up. It lands at number 2 this week with 73,000 album equivalent units. Former number one Ariana Grande is at number 3 this week. Number 4 is Morgan Wallen with Once Upon a Time. Holding steady at number 5 is Noah Kahan. SZA's SOS is still at number 6, doing its thing a year later. Taylor Swift's Lover is at number 7, mostly probably powered by the song Cruel Summer. The fans can't get enough of it. At number 8 is Zach Bryan's self-titled Zach Bryan. Number 9 is 1989, Taylor's version. And rounding out the top 10 with only a 4-track EP, Hozier is back, y'all, with a top 10 album. His EP Unheard earns him his 4th top 10. Outside of the top 10, here are the highlights for this week's Billboard 200. Shakira lands her 8th top 20, debuting at number 13. Overall on the top Latin charts, Shakira finds herself at number 1, making history. What did she do? She is now the only female to have a number 1 top Latin album in 4 decades. Overall, she's only the 2nd artist to do it. Shakira. She now finds herself in a 3-way tie with the most among all women, landing his 18th top 20 album is Kenny Chesney. His new album, Born, debuts at number 20. It is the lowest charting album on the Billboard 200 for him in the last 2 decades. He has 16 top 10 albums, and 9 have landed at number 1. So while this is the lowest charting album of the last 2 decades, I ain't mad at it. And I don't think he is going to be mad either. She finds herself at number 4 on the Hot Country album charts, making her debut. At number 24 is Tyler with her self-titled first full-length studio album. She is now the highest peaking African-American solo female, making history. Artists this week on the Billboard charts are making history. The new debut this week finds itself debuting at number 36, and it's from Fletcher. Album Search of an Antidote. How does the Billboard 200 correlate with top album sales chart? That the top album sales chart is purely sales alone. No streaming, no nothing. It's just who bought your shit. The album Born by Kenny Chesney lands at number 1 on the Pure Albums chart. Yes! So 20 on Billboard 200, 1 on Pure Sales. He is the best-selling album of the week. He sold 18.5 thousand copies of his new album. This is his 12th number 1 on the Pure Album Sales chart. Shakira. Yes, the Latin Queen is at number 2 this week on the Pure Album Sales. She sells 14.5 thousand copies. Former number 1 last week, Casey Musgrove's Deeper Well is pushed down to number 4 this week because of the new debuts. At number 5 is Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's Version album. At number 6 is Alice in Chains, and this is a re-entry with her album Jar of Flies. Number 7 is Taylor Swift's Lover, and at number 8 and 9 are re-entries because last week they dropped their vinyl version of their albums. At number 8 is Andre 3000 with New Blue Sun. At number 9 is the Era Farrell, Trail of Flowers. And rounding out the top 10 at number 10 is former number 1 Ariana Grande with External Sunshine. I am nervous for her though. It's only been 3 weeks since the release of her album, and she's already hanging out at the bottom of the top 10. Will she be pushed out next week? We shall see. Good luck, Ari. Fans, stream the album if you want to see her stay in the top 10. All right, what are some good highlights outside of the top 10? The #1 album on the Billboard 200 finds itself at number 24 on the Pure Album Sales Chart. Chris Young's new album, Young Love and Saturday Nights, debuts at number 27. While he is at number 27 on the top album sales chart, the album debuts at 183 on the Billboard 200. Whew. That's low. Low. I expect that to be off the Billboard 200 next week, yeah. Sorry. Joyner Lucas's new arrival, Not Now, I'm Busy, opens up at number 42. Hauser is at number 35 with his 4-track EP. And lastly, Tyla. She is at number 36. That was your top album sales highlights. Hot one.